And you can send messages to us all through the show on WhatsApp 009-444-0981. We begin today with this brand new tune, Whiskey Chris Brown. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm loving it. A lot of people who've listened to this song as well are like, oh yeah, this is a very big tune. I would come back in a bit to discuss with Chef Jeff and Irabor on this particular tune as we get the show started. In the meantime, listen to it. It's called Call Me Every Day. Chef Jeff.
Yeah.
Okay, so it sounds better now, but it was cracking initially. I think it's doing the same thing again.
Can you hear me now? Is it fine now? Can you hear me now? Is it fine?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's better now. You didn't feel that? When you call, run it back on replay. For your love, I go play. For your love, I go play. Make a psycho, make a traffic psycho. Baby, every night say I go drive me psycho. Baby, every duty when they make me mad. Make you sing to the mic. Let's go back. Looking in your eyes, show you many things you can utilize. If I say I love you, then I'll tell you night. Show you everything. Whiskey, Chris Brown, Call Me Every Day. I'm loving it. What about you, Irabor?
Yeah, it's a good song. What do you expect? Whiskey, Chris Brown. These are superstars who are great at making bangers. So, it's something that we can include in our playlist for sure. It's not a spectacularly hit record, that would just catch your ear immediately, maybe like Big Energy by Ladipo, or Essence, but it's a great song. You get what I'm saying? So, the flow, the tempo, the lyrics, Chris Brown, I'm loving the fact that he's, consistent with the pairings with African acts and all that, and it seems genuine too, wanting to be part of it. So, yeah, it's a great song, nothing more.
Chef Jeff?
I have agreements and disagreements with what Irabor said. It is definitely not a spectacular song, so to speak. And yes, definitely Chris Brown can be given credit for, how he's embracing, at least on the Nigerian side, things like pitching English into his lyrics, the way he did Mona Lisa, which was just about, a couple of weeks ago, and this as well. Now, for me, I don't know, maybe if a DJ sped it up a little bit somewhere, I would probably appreciate it a little bit more. But for two giants like these, there isn't something that I can say that blows me away with this particular song. This is from his album Breezy, which is coming out on the 24th of this month. Mm-hmm. And, we've already had Woman Embrace before, which we talked about on the show, spectacular song. But with this, I don't know. Obviously with this, he's letting Wizkid lead the way, which is very unusual for someone like Chris Brown. It's basically like two verses, which is very short. It's like the short theme songs we've been seeing have been like a trend recently in Nigeria coming up here. But I don't know. For me, it doesn't spark anything particular for me. It's more like an album filler, to be honest, because Chris Brown's albums of late it's just been mostly album fillers, 20 tracks, 16 tracks. This one is, I think, 16 tracks on the album. This I would have put on that album filler side, but I don't know if maybe as a video to spark the vibe, a DJ plays at a faster pace. I'm very happy with the Pepple songs, very happy with that. Mm-hmm. But this is just there's nothing memorable for me.
There's no oomph. There's no oomph to it.
Exactly. It's as disappointing as Chris Brown and Usher.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, Chef Jeff. Just to piggyback off what you're saying briefly, these guys are not releasing hot records, those kind of records that you're expecting from them because of their caliber. So yes, they are fillers. Yes, that's why, I just said this song is just great, is okay. They're not bangers, like that kind of thing that will just drop and everybody is just consumed by it. So I hope that Chris Brown finds his footing. Yeah, in the recent albums he has been releasing, you have one or two songs that are very good, like songs from back in the day, Back to Sleep, they're good songs, but Chris Brown has kind of lost his fire, his identity. I would still date it back to the Rihanna situation. Since then, Chris Brown was on top of the world before then. But since that time, it has affected him. I mean, it would affect anybody, but I just hope and pray that, he internalizes, maybe goes back to basics, release songs just like the ones he used to do with Joel Santana or something. Just find his fire, because I expect more from Chris Brown. I hope the video or, visuals would spice it up, and maybe there are different versions.
So two things I'll say real quickly. There are already comparisons between Wizkid and David. Davido already did a song with Chris Brown, Blow My Mind, Blow Your Mind. I can't remember the title. Blow My Mind, right? Yeah, and some people are saying this one Wizkid has done is way better than that. What Davido put out a while back in 2019. And the Gen Zs are already making a big deal out of the Chris Brown Wizkid tune. All across, they're like, oh, this is the biggest tune. It would take a matter of 2 weeks for this to become an anthem on the streets, especially for Gen Zs.
I think that the Davido song is a better collaboration than this. You see, the thing about the market is this: you have people that will support you no matter what you do. You could have just hit somebody with your car. They're like, yes, good, you did a good thing on blah blah. That's how fanatic some fans can be, and that's what the situation is. Like Wizkid could even hop on a song and not say a single word, and they would just say, "Oh my God, you sounded fantastic." That is just the way things are. The truth of the matter is that "Blow My Mind" was a better collaboration than this in totality. Even when you look at the song here, I'm struggling sometimes to even hear what is being said in the lyrics here. And Irabor, my thing is I can't put great and okay in the same sentence. It's just not the same thing to me. It's not the same to me. I thought, okay, my goodness. I mean, I was there like about a few minutes after Chris Brown posted this on Instagram. I was like, oh my God, he's got new music coming out. Okay, great, we can't wait to see it. Then I took a screenshot. Then I look at my pictures and I'm like, wait, it says featuring Wizkid. Oh my goodness, I'm going to check this out right now. And then I do, and then I'm like, nah. Well, it's just not.
Yeah, I agree. I understand. The Davido song is way better, and
Really?
yeah, it's way better than the one Chris Brown is doing with Wizkid. I mean, just from tempo, even just from the moment.
But this is new, so let's give it some time.
I don't judge tempo. I if you can do a great slow song, no problem. If you are popularly known for doing fast songs and you do a great mid-tempo slow song, I'm in your corner 100%. But
no, I'm not saying tempo in the sense of like, just looking at somebody based off of beauty, externally. I'm talking about the tempo and the way that song was packaged and the delivery and the lyrics. Blow My Mind is a better song. Just listening to Blow My Mind, Blow My...
I don't want to play right now.
Okay, you listening right now, let's bring you into the conversation. Send us messages on WhatsApp, 0809-444-0981. Let us know what you think about the tune Chris Brown and Wizkid. It's Call Me Every Day. Also, just to throw this in, after 9 months of release of Essence, the song debuted at the Billboard Hot 100. It started at number 82 and enjoyed an impressive run up until, the top 10 on the Billboard. And I think it peaked at number 9, right? Making it the only Nigerian record to ever break into the Billboard Hot 100 top 10. Right now, I hear that Wizkid, has been announced as the longest charting African artist on the Billboard Hot 100. I think that's a great feat for him, isn't it?
Oh, yes. I mean, Wizkid deserves all the accolades that he has been receiving. He has put in the work. No matter what anybody wants to say, he has put in the work. He's a hardworking chap. I mean, he has been consistent. He's an African gem. And I'm so happy that, the world is recognizing and seeing the talent that this guy has. And I just hope and, pray that it's consistent. As he has done this, he would still keep doing more because that's his career. He needs to keep solidifying his legendary status. And I look forward to seeing him winning more Grammys. So, yeah, I'm happy about all this.
Jeff doesn't seem to agree.
No. It's that Irabor used the banned word here, the A word. The A word.
What?
Accolades, I can't stand that word. I thought we banned that show like 2 years, that word like 2 years ago on the show. But yes, I get where he's coming from. It's really, I mean, I am tired of talking about essence, to be honest, but the fact that the pun intended, the essence is lingering on, that's still a good thing to see. And let's just hope that Wizkid can be consistent like this. Or even just supersede what he's done so far going forward. But right now with this Chris Brown song, The only thing that is giving me any kudos, giving any prop is how he leads the song and Chris Brown follows. That's really as far as it goes.
Gary Newton says the song will only make it because of their personalities. Left to me, this song, they're both out of juice. That's what Gary Newton is saying. But let's bring Beyonce into the conversation. She dropped a new tune, "Break My Soul." All right, she's dropped this early, and her fans are already buzzing. We'll just take a listen to it briefly and then come back to discourse.
Dreamland, 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 dreamland. He wanna feel my summer rain. The thunder roar, yeah, he wanna bang. All of these bitches, but he want the.
All right, Beyonce there with her new tune. Of course, it's called "Break My Soul." What do you think about it, Cheff?
You know what? She dropped this just a couple of hours ago. It was, I think, about 3 a.m. our time or so. And this is her first single from an actual album in 6 years. It's the album that she's working on is called Renaissance. And she's talking about how creative. The thing about Beyonce is that whenever she does a new album, you're never sure what direction she's going in because there's always a level of creativity that some people appreciate a whole lot more, some people not so much. I mean, I wasn't so blown away at the beginning with Lemonade, but eventually something started to pick up on me gradually. This is a bit unusual in a way, in the sense that she's just released one song, because normally it would be like, okay, the whole album is here, all the videos are here, all packaged in one. With this song, "Break My Soul," she actually goes back a little bit and samples. I can't remember what group she sampled, but she also samples Robin S. In this. So you've heard the beat before, but the lyrics are something that are just done in a different way. And you know what? I like the vibes, because I mean, when I was playing the Whiskey Chris Brown song in the morning, just to remind myself what it sounded like, I was like, you know what, this is not my coffee right now. So when I go to Beyonce, I'm like, okay, now this is my coffee. Okay, I'm awake with this one. It's definitely going to do well in the clubs. I mean, it's not as fantastic as some other songs she's done, but definitely it's still a good song. It's good for you to be able to take something from the past and be able to bring it forward. In a manner that it almost feels new again. So "Break My Soul" definitely raises some interest as to where things are going with Renaissance, and we just have to stay tuned and find out.
All right, Irabor.
Yeah, I mean, I think the last song we heard from Beyonce was from the movie King Richard, Be Alive, which was nominated for an Oscar and all that. That's a great song. That's a great motivational song, talks about culture, Black culture and all that. But this one, yes, she's using the genres, bounce and house, to kind of merge both of them, to tap into a certain kind of audience, break beyond just like what American artists are doing, trying to feature Afro stars. So because it's a motivational song, I like it. I feel it will grow on me. I've played it about 2 or 3 times since it was released just a few hours ago. So it's Beyonce is definitely going to go far. She has, got into brand salience. So I don't think anybody is going to completely dislike this. But we're still getting flack from Drake, for his latest album. People are not really understanding what it is. Drake has also said that,
all right, we'll come talk about Drake right after the break. But let's squeeze this message in from JJ. "Blow my mind, in my opinion, is better, but not hating on Wizkid's hustle. Well done. Beehive people make them rest, Biko. The noise is too much. Let us see how the album does." That's the message in from JJ. You too can send your messages to WhatsApp 009-444-0981. Twitter us at Smooth981FM. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about the Drake's album and the review it's getting.
98.1.
So when we'll come back, we'll just talk about Drake.
I like it fresh, like streaming on the latest blockbuster. Even on fresh food. And when I want to refresh, trust me to only do Peak Yogurt Drink. That's That's right. Just refresh with Thick Yogurt Drink, which contains fresh cow milk. Thick Yogurt Drink is filled with essential vitamin and minerals. Peak. Rich for your peak.
My name na Emekos. Now me be Dr. Watchwatch for all tier money with my sellotape and razor blade. Anybody will get money when need life support. I don't care because of women not satisfied. Way better massage. Just down star 671 hash to open your Momo wallet today. You see a way to send a visit money to the phone number of me. Life is simpler because Momo is better than cash. Make you a winner. Score a chance to own the game. Seize that opportunity to take fate into your own hands. All it takes is one crazy decision to change the game. Are you ready to win a set the stage for your success? This is how winners are made. Place your bet on 1xbet.ng. Use promo code Best Nigeria. Be that lucky winner. 1xbet. Bets for everything.
We're back. Please unmute. And we're back inside the Grapevine for a Tuesday. Right before the break, Irabor was talking about Drake's new album, Honestly Never Mind, and the review it's getting. Some fans are already reacting negatively, towards that album. You were saying something, Irabor.
Yeah, I mean, when you're a pioneer, when you're, putting out something that nobody has heard, or you're trying to even experiment, and people are used to a certain sound, they don't welcome it basically. And I remember when Kanye West released Stronger, I was listening to it with my friend. I loved the song because I'm somebody who listens to tempo, who listens to lyrics at the same time, and he didn't like it. I said, no, this song is going to be a hit. If you listen to the lyrics, how he's delivering it, remove the tempo and merge it back, you would get it. So honestly, never mind. Some people currently may be thinking, man, my opinion, honestly, never mind. I'm not really bothered. But, I've listened to a few songs. I'm giving it time. And yes, it's new. It's not as refreshing as anyone would think. Just as Afro music came and, Americans kind of loved it eventually, not like it wasn't there before. So maybe it needs to be repackaged by another artist, or maybe other artists need to be backing him up, just like J. Cole, put out a message saying that, wow, this album is great. So if we're getting support from J. Cole, let's see how other people will pick up on it. So yes, it's fresh, it's new, just like with Beyonce, and other artists are kind of exploring different. Imagine Beyonce is doing bounce and house together in a song that is now a motivational song. Like that is unheard of. So I look forward to hearing more reviews, and I'll listen to the album again.
You see, with me, I think what Irabor was probably trying to refer to was, The Stronger was a great song, to be honest. There's no doubt about that. But it was the album that it came from, 808 and Heartbreak by Kanye West. Mm-hmm. Which, quite frankly, that is my worst Kanye album that I've heard. I missed a few albums recently, but still, the ones I've heard, that was my worst one, because I was like, yeah, this is just not it. This is just not working for me. Now, let's circle back. I knew when Drake was going to release this album, and I had tweeted about this, saying that, you know what, I probably haven't heard a full album in a long time, particularly by him. But fine, I'll share the information with this right now. And to quote Beyonce, people don't listen to albums anymore. They just look for the hit singles, and that's really as far as it goes. So I feel like with this particular direction with Drake, there are questions to be asked. Did you tell people that it's going to be a dance album? Did you throw out, one or two singles for people to try and get used to? Because the way things are is that if you're going to go in a different direction, you have to tease people to be like, listen, this is what is going to be happening. Just stay tuned. Don't be caught by surprise. And then also you want to let people who are on that whole dance and house side of thing know that, hey, oh, this guy is doing this now. Let's show interest in that before you now drop a full album. We've seen it happen with Rihanna. She would tease you whenever she's going to any new genre with your music, and now she can do whatever and is forgiven and accepted for it, so to speak. Now, for like your boss said, you can't just spring up a surprise on your people when they expect a particular sound. It just does not work that way. It just does not work. It's like being some sort of jazz singer, and the next thing you know, you are throwing, I don't know, a rap album. And
But with the artist, they think it will grow on their fans, right?
no, it doesn't work that way. You don't drop a full album. You release one or two songs to warm people up, or at least to warn
The
your
interesting
audience.
thing is, in the next 6 months, this song might, I mean, this album, the dance, whatever he calls it, might be, really big across the
Yeah, there are
world.
certain European clubs that will buy into this now.
Right, because this is EDM.
Well, it would take maybe a couple of remixes, a David Guetta or Bob Sinclair or something like that to actually now get this going a little bit further, so to speak. But it doesn't change the fact that your main fan base are disappointed because it's not the sound that they thought that you were going to come with. It's like going to a boxing match with ice skates on. It just does not fly. They came to
Well,
see
Drake
boxing.
has already said it's all good. If you don't get it yet, it's all good.
I
Well,
believe
you
he's
know
a bit
what?
arrogant about it. I think he's relying on his star power, and
Yeah.
star power can disappear just like this. I'm not saying his is going to disappear. I'm just trying to say that what he needed to do was what Chef Jeff recommended, like tease your people, let them know what's up, and release the album eventually. You don't just throw out sound because your identity matters. I know Drake is known for experimenting, even in his earlier albums, he has done so many types of songs. They are all hits, but this particular one, man, I'm not sure yet.
Okay, let's keep this going. One of the children of Elon Musk, right, Xavier, has said he's completely changing his identity to distance himself from his father. He has a twin, by the way, and he turned 18 April this year. And he filed a petition with the courthouse to change his gender to female and change his name to Vivian. Did you see that?
Yes, I did. I would just put a hashtag rich people problems. And if we're going to go deeper into this, your father is one of the wealthiest men in the world, and your quarrel with him is the issue of transitioning. Let's put this out there. Let's put this out there. When there is a norm, when it changes, it takes time for people to be accustomed, to the whole thing. Just like, see this Drake thing we're talking about. We're used to Drake rapping, then all of a sudden we are listening to EDM and house and bounce from
House
Beyonce.
music.
It will take a while for you to get used to it. So whenever people are trying to get used to, hearing about transgender, I mean, I don't even know how to pronounce it.
Transgender, yeah.
Like you hear different words today. I'm non-binary. I'm identifying as this. I'm not this. I'm not that. It takes time to keep up. So him coming out or she coming out now, or they coming out now as,
Oh my God, Irabor.
do you understand? All I'm just saying in essence, really, to encapsulate everything I'm trying to say is stories like this, they stem from whether it's from the home, maybe the home is malfunctioning, or maybe there's something really deeper than that. Because if you're going to transition and your dad isn't okay with that process, or your dad finds it difficult, because he did tweet about it, I think it was last year or some months ago, about this thing is difficult to actually understand sometimes because different information comes out every day. So when you now take it to the level of, you're trying to just change your name from Musk to another name because you're transitioning from a male to a female, well, again, like I said, rich people problems.
Perhaps he wants to be dissociated from the family. Chef Jeff, what do you think?
It's rich people problem. But you see, the thing is, every time that I see people like putting in their Instagram profile, he, him, I'm like, listen, it's just really not necessary. As far as humans go, all right, babies come out of women. You could be a trans woman or you're some other transgender person, but at the end of the day, is that whatever is coming out of you, when it comes to human beings, it comes out of women. That is just the truth. And I don't subscribe to anything about people being able to choose what their gender is. You're telling people that all over the world, we should now go and tell people in school again that no longer should they be talking about he, she, they, or whatever. It just has a lot of stupidity to me. And I don't see it as something as being a norm that's going to be acceptable at any time, certainly not by me. I respect all people. I respect people's choices. You want to be transgender or whatever, that's your decision, so to speak. But to now be that, it starts to develop a cancel culture, so to speak, in things that are just not normal. I'm just going to use a normal word here because I cannot refer to one person as they. That's not what I was taught in English.
You
All
know, a
right,
group of people.
that's not what my English teacher was taught when he was in school. That's they paid their school fees, so you can't start saying that, oh, it was all a waste of time in generations. It's just not going to fly. So Xavier, until he does that transition to a woman, it's still a he. All right. When you now have done the full-on transition thing, okay, fine, you are now a she. But the thing is that people have to remember that when it comes to transgender issues, is that when you whatever you were biologically is what you grew up in. There is no person who is now a woman that can say that they did not go through male puberty. There's no person who is now a man that can say that they haven't had it. There's no person who's now a man that has not gone through that whole puberty process of blood flow or whatever from their childhood as a girl. All right. So these are things that are just what are determined by biology. And so therefore, if you want to go back to Xavier, if you want to throw it towards, okay, you want to move away from your father because of those comments, that's your own decision.
I hope they're moving away from the money as well.
Okay, so you listening right now, you know what? Just send us a message as well. Let us know what's your take on this. I mean, on any of the stories we've shared with you as we throw this final one in before we wrap up the show for today. Kim Kardashian, she celebrates her ex-husband Kanye West on Father's Day. In her words, thank you for being the best dad to our babies.
She's a class act, I must say. She's indeed a class act because dating and marrying and living with Kanye West must be an ordeal, in my own opinion, just from what we are seeing. The fact that she still makes sure that the kids, see their father, have those, father-children time, and now just letting the world know, or letting her own kids see that, oh, she's still showing love, to Kanye, regardless of everything that Kanye has done. I'm not saying that she may not have, something to do with, the marriage ending or whatever. I mean, she has a sex tape out. That alone is a deal breaker for so many people. So I was even still shocked that they got married. But I mean, Kim is a class act. She has kept it cool regardless of everything. And that's all I have to say about it.
Chef Jeff.
At the end of the day, if she didn't say anything, that would have been in the news. If she said something, that's in the news. Irabor is right. She's a class act. He's the father of her children, and she is very aware about his mental health issues, and she's very aware about the fatherhood role that he has played. And I think that in all that we have seen so far, with all of the things with Dave and her and co, is that Kanye, the general sense is that Kanye does love his children. We've never seen them under attack. There's never been anything that Kim or anybody else has said that Kanye did wrong towards the children. It's always just been on the surface about the parents and their divorce and relationships and so on. So, that's all that there is to say to it. I don't like talking about Kardashians when it's just because Kardashians are in the headlines. So they breathe oxygen, put that in the news. They sneeze, put that in the news. Whatever the case may be, she was expected to put out a statement and this should not be a headline. It's just her being a classy person. That is it. We'll stop.
All right. Right before we go, because we're out of time. Production suspended on Netflix series The Chosen One after 2 actors die and 6 were injured in an auto accident involving the cast and crew. Sadly, we couldn't talk about that because of time. But quickly, let's begin with you, Chef Jeff. What are you up to? How can we connect with you on social media?
Well, the teaser for season 2 of Little Black Book is out, so go on to TNC Africa on YouTube and check that out. Also, I have a menu out there now, so if you want to order a tray or some food from me, or you want to order some individual portions, yes, I listened. So, times are hard. You can get individual portions. Go onto my Twitter page, go onto my Instagram page, Chef Jeff 3000, place an order, get in touch, and we'll sort you out. Peace out.
There you have it, Chef Jeff 3000. What about you, Irabor?
I'm currently organizing a basketball event for grassroots, all the Lagos State local government areas where they play basketball. We're trying to do a tournament. It's happening October at Teslim Balogun Stadium. So that's what we're on about right now. We're going to different local government areas, and you can follow me on Instagram at Irabor100. That's how I keep it.
All right, Irabor100, Chef Jeff 3000, and at Victor Pepple. Thank you very much for being a part of the show. Let's bring you Lagos Talks at 9 o'clock today. Thank you, gentlemen.
Peace out.
He's on Thursday and Friday. I'm on today and tomorrow.
Oh, you're on today and tomorrow. Chef Jeff, how far now?
I'm good, man. I don't hear from you anymore. Are you in another country?
Yeah, I am currently, yeah.
Where was my invite?
Is that the invite people to country?
The country that you're in, is it Festac? country or is
Pestac.
it?
No. I'm in Sheffield.
Oh, okay. And that's down from Pestac now.
Yeah, Sheffield Road 9.
Okay. What are you there doing baby daddy duties?
Baby daddy care. No, I came for Wimbledon. No. I'm even going to go out now. I just stayed because of the show.
Okay, no problem, no problem.
No
Enjoy, man.
payment.
I am